Alright, we're back in the shop tonight. Screaming Demons RC, SDRC here. We're working on the Kraton again. Well, I found some new material I think I'm going to try out here. I found this wicked hexagonal stock aluminum. It's hollow. It has one side already cut down with a channel, so it's going to be even lighter. And I don't really think that's going to affect it because basically we're only putting forces on each end, you know, pressing on each end with both shock towers. So I think it should be fine having that cut out the bottom. There's no, I've already talked with a friend of mine who's an engineer about that. He thought it should be all good. So anyway, we're going to continue on here. I basically have it cut to length. It's already been a bit polished. I didn't want to go back to the shop and polish it, so I did it up quick. All I have to do is make a notch here and basically make a notch at the other end, and it should be fitting in because I did the other test fit last night with this piece here that I decided not to use because it, well, basically wasn't going to work. So I went to the shop today and dug out this stuff here, and I think this will work great. It's nice, lightweight, looks real sharp. I like the angles it's got there to it. So just give me a minute and I'll be back with some more modifications to this one, and I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, I got this all notched out here, fitting really nice and tight. You can see that notch in the aluminum there. It's got a little bit of play, but not much. And at the front here, it's basically just sitting flush against the edge here, the face of the shock tower. And I still have to basically make a notch at the top, like I did at the back, but the top has to be a wider notch because of how it sits. I don't know if you can see this, but how it sits in there, it's off a little bit, off-centered a bit, but hold on. So basically how it sits there, I'm going to have to notch it a bit more. Just on the top, the bottom should be fine, I believe, and then they'll slide in, and I will just basically go through the cage like I was saying on the video last night, and yeah, it should be good to go. So one more second here and I'll get the front end notched out. Okay, I got a bit more done here. I notched the front end, so it's sitting in there now. I'm going to notch it a bit more. You can see it's already notched there a bit. I'll see if I can pop it back. You can see there. There's the notch right there. My camera's kind of crappy right now. And we already got the notch at the back. So I'm going to take it out and notch it a bit more at the front. It's fitting through here okay, but once I notch it at the front, I think that'll work out a little better. Also, what else was I going to do? Oh, I'm going to take and right here, well, I'll have to get it apart to show you, but right here, at the shock tower, it kind of goes skinny. This bar that runs down, vertical down there, it gets skinny and then gets wider right at the top here. So I'm going to notch my notch wider here so I can sit further up here, this pipe. Sit further up here, which will give me more clearance through the cage here, because right now I'm running into a bit of a tight area and I can't quite get the pin to go back through here for the cage. So a little bit more modding and I should have it. So just one second. Alright, I notched the end of this is the back side. I notched it out quite large, and then I had to do the front there also. And then also I figured on the bottom, the part of the roll cage here, I'll show you right here, basically this lower bar was hitting the bottom of this pipe, or this piece of aluminum tubing here. So I figured I'd just take a little bit out with a file. It worked, but I got to take a bit more. So yeah, I'll get off camera here and do a bit more, but we're getting closer and closer. It's fitting. It's looking real good. I'll give you a sample what it looks like here the next time I put it in. And yeah, I'm thinking I might build a couple small aluminum 90-degree brackets that once I put this in place, I will just screw the brackets onto each end to keep it so that there's no slop forward and back. And it's like, yeah, it'll be just, I tried to come up with a good way to hold it in place and not have any slop. And that's about the best idea I could come up with. So if I think of anything else while I'm off camera, maybe I'll let you guys know and do it. But that's what I'm thinking so far, and how I'll take care of the bit of slop I was having in there. So just one sec. Okay, I got these notches all done. I had to take basically these two little posts out of the roll bar. They went into the bottom here. It was like this post here on the top, but it went in the bottom. So I took both those out, one on the back, one on the front. 4 little screws held them on. So I took those off, and basically what I'm going to do now is just drill a small hole right about here, and one right about there, and then I'm going to make a couple of small brackets out of this aluminum piece here that I can just drill and mount there with a sheet metal screw, self-tapping screw, and same with over there, self-tapping sheet metal screw, and that'll hold that stationary and it won't move around at all. So right now it's tight, but obviously with a gap like that and one at the front there, it's not going to hold the vehicle square, so I have to basically keep it from flexing at all. That's what these little brackets will be right there. So I'll get that done and get right back. Alright, so I got my small brackets made. There's one there at the back, and there's one here at the front. You can just see it. Oh, sorry, it's really shiny. Got some bright lights going on for working here. And so there's the other one there. You can see it, there we go, and there's the other bracket. And those basically just keep the bar there, the pipe, stationary so it doesn't go back and forth or wobble at all. It's nice and tight, but it's not stressing out anything or anything like that. So it's good to go. Alright, well, I am going to cut this video short here. Well, not short, but I'm going to cut it now, and I will probably get back and do another one here. Do a couple more mods I have planned. I have some mud shields, some dirt shields here I'm going to be making, and I got some material there. I'm going to be building those out of, probably just for the rear. I don't think I need any on the front, as it already has these ones here. And I will let you know if I do anything more to this. I'll probably be adding a bit of goop here on top of these screws there and there, just so that they can't back out from vibration. I'll completely cover them over and goop it all over that, just to make sure that, let it dry good, make sure I don't have any problems with that coming loose at all. I threw on a couple of zip ties at the back, a zip tie around here, around the roll bar, and one back here around the roll bar. Also one here at the front that goes around the chassis brace here. And they're not super snug down. They're just to hold, you know, give it a little bit more extra support. And I tell you, it's in there. You can lift the truck up by it, no problem. So a couple more things to do, and that's almost done. So I will give you, sorry about the wobble there. I will give you another video here coming up in the future. I'd like to thank our sponsors for this video. We're Max Custom Designs and Prints, and RC Maniacs Unbreakable Bodies, made in Russia. Thank you guys, and we will get back to you real soon. So SDRC out.